I grew up in a home that was very broken, and I tried reaching out to any and everything that I was able to that would keep me stable on the inside. I had a son when I was 19, and of course my family was broken then too. My lowest point was whenever I was 2.5 months pregnant with my son, getting hit on, and I was unable to work because I was pregnant, and I had no way to get out. And that's when the Lord told me when I was laying in the hospital bed, call your mom. So I called my mom, and she goes, all right, we're sending a plane out. You can come on out. And so I did. I jumped on that plane, and the next day I arrived at Strong Tower. And then I came to Strong Tower, and I was pregnant then. I had my son in the program, and the Lord has brought me completely from broken to glory. And I'm so grateful. He's restored my family after 15 years. And I'm very grateful now that I can move forward and have the Lord in my life to where I won't be so broken. I'd have to say I'm very thankful and grateful that I actually have a mom and a sister that are willing to do the Lord's work, and have Pastor and Miss Kendra and everybody to just be able to do this vision that they have. And I also thank my brother-in-law Mike for being the one to teach me of the Lord as much as he has, and he's done a great job. Thank you guys.
Before Strong Tower is a mess. I mean, all I was doing was drinking, and I wasn't really good for anything except to get drunk. That's pretty much how life was. It was just trying to figure out how and when and where to get drunk again. My family didn't trust me anymore, and just because I'd lied to them about drinking and things like that, trying to put on the front that I was sober. I heard about Strong Tower through someone that bought a cross at one of the tables on a fundraiser in Midland. When I kind of hit bottom was when they told me about Strong Tower from the sticker on the back of the cross. And I called it that night and was here within 48 hours. It turns out to be a pretty enjoyable place to be. It's challenging, but learning what you're good at, where you can be used, and learning more about yourself, and it makes it less difficult. Coming in, my trust in God was weak, and it's changed in the sense that I know not to ignore him. I know to listen to what he's telling me to do, and just do it without hesitation, and let God do the rest.
God had called me for a ministry, but too scared to step into it. And then a constant struggle between life in the street, life as a father, as a husband, constantly trying to juggle being a dope boy and a good person at the same time. It was weird, man. My wife had been asking me to go to a program for a few years. I wasn't ready, but when I finally did come home, she found this place and told me to pack my bags immediately, and I did. It's been a bit difficult trying to learn these principles that the Bible teaches us and walk them out versus what life has always been like for me. Going low and humbling myself and being submissive to authorities when I've always ran my own show. My understanding of Christ now as being like a good father, like a good friend, somebody that I can always turn to. My relationship with him has grown to where I know I can trust him without a shadow of a doubt now. I know in my inner self, in my core, that God has my back, and as long as he's first and he's in the forefront, I'm going to be okay.
I struggled with methamphetamines for 17 years. And before that, it was cocaine. I just threw myself to that life, and I've spent these 18 years in and out of jails, institutions, and I had 2 daughters. I never realized how much I would fall in love when I had my children, but I wasn't able to love them. When they took my littlest girl, I fell apart on the streets of Dallas. All I could do was pray. I learned how to pray like I never prayed before. And I found this church that people helped me and they prayed for me and kept praying for me. And one of the ladies knew Miss Patricia, and she brought me here one day, and I knew that I didn't have another chance. I remember telling God that I would die for her, my little girl, and I felt him tell me in my heart, yes, I see that, but would you live for her? So here I am. I'm grateful that I have something that's not going to fall apart, because everything else in my life fell apart because it wasn't built on the foundation of Jesus. And I'm grateful for my healing. I'm grateful for the people he's put in my life. I'm grateful for the person I'm becoming. I'm grateful for having something to believe in. I'm grateful for everything I've learned here. I've learned so much. Grateful for the worship. There's healing in the worship. I'm grateful for the hope I have. I'm grateful because I know that when I'm standing in his grace, that my daughters are being taken care of, that they're happy, and that even though it might not be perfect, I know in his time it's gonna be beautiful.